The Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading presents This Book is Cool. With your host, Beth Duda. Coming up, Miss Beth will have a special arts activity, words to put in your word bank, and a special interview with a person who thinks the book you are reading is cool.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to This Book is Cool. My name is Beth Duda. I'm the director of the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading. And we have a very fun book today. It's called The Sun is Kind of a Big Deal. It's a wonderful book full of tremendous facts, and it also has a great deal of humor. We have a special guest with us today to talk to us about why this book is cool. Today, we have with us Michael Zimmerman, who's a fellow with the Patterson Foundation. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Beth. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
So this book, The Sun is Kind of a Big Deal, is, I think, very cool. Why do you think this book is so cool?
Oh, Beth, this book is hilarious. You know, I love how the author uses humor to get in facts about our sun and our solar system. It was fun to read, and the funny jokes actually helped me remember some of the information too.
I agree. I loved it. In one of the illustrations, it says that Saturn is the hula hoop champion, which helps you to remember that there are rings around the planet Saturn. The humor was laced all through the book.
I have to say, the dedication and copyright page in particular, that was a lot of fun. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever actually read that entire page in most other books, or even knew what some of those numbers meant. But the way this one was done, I read every word and even learned some new things as a result.
I did the same thing. Once I found out that there were jokes all through that page, I read every word. So I have to give the author credit. He found a really great way to gain our interest. I also liked that he gave the stars and the moon and the sun and the planets kind of character traits.
It was so interesting. You know, I loved how each planet, it's like they had their own personality. It gave the galaxy a funny twist. And, you know, the author highlighted the differences in each planet too. And from Jupiter being gassy to, even as you mentioned, Beth, Saturn having rings. I thought that was really cool.
Yes, and I agree with you. It's a great way to get that information in our minds in a way that we can remember it. And now the title of the book is all about the sun and why the sun is perhaps more important than all the other things mentioned in the book. How did you relate to that?
Oh yeah, that was powerful. You know, we don't realize how much the sun does, and it's really amazing. It's beyond just giving us these sunshiny days here in Florida. The sun's so involved in so many other things, and even the Earth's water cycle. That blew my mind away. Yes,
so clever of him to make the title, The Sun is Kind of a Big Deal, and then spend the pages explaining to us why.
You know, I learned that it takes the Earth one full year to go around the sun. And I actually have a little sun here for everyone to see. So, you know, so we're going like, the Earth is going like this, right? And so even when it comes to our birthdays, well, on our birthday, we've done this. We've completed one revolution around the sun. So it's pretty cool to think about it that way. So I love that. And so I think on my next birthday, my birthday just happened. So I think next time my birthday happens, I'll be reminded of, wow, I just completed one whole loop around the sun. How cool is that?
It's very cool. And I love that you brought a visual aid to help us understand that. And I will think of that now too, you know, that wherever we are on our birthday, 1 year later, we're in the very same place in our solar system. So, Michael, have you always been a reader, always been a fan of books?
I've loved books ever since I was a kid. Oh gosh, I just remember diving in. And also I love to listen to my parents read to me when I was a child too. That was very special.
It is. And one of the best things that parents can do with their children is to read aloud to them. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you so much for being a guest with us today. And what a great background. You have the sun right over your shoulder. So very apropos.
I do. I do. Thanks for having me, Beth. So thrilled to be here. And this was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Great. It was great to spend time with Michael. I love that he had a visual aid and the sun right over his shoulder. He was prepared. How cool. Well, I'm prepared today to share some word bank words with you. Our first word bank word is asteroid. Asteroid, that's a small rocky object that travels around the sun. Our next word is the word photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a chemical process by which green plants and some other organisms use energy from the sun, and they turn water and carbon dioxide into food. Our next word is the word equator. Equator, that's an imaginary line that goes right around the center of the earth. Our next word for our word bank is the word evaporation. Evaporation, that's the process of changing liquid into vapor. Many times that's because the sun beats on it and heats up the liquid, and the liquid evaporates. And our final word for our word bank is the word orbit. Orbit. Now, orbit is the curved path that is followed by the moon or the planet as it travels around the sun. Michael, with his fingers, showed us an orbit around his visual aid, his sun. Now, the sun is kind of a big deal. And that's what our activity for today is, to help you see how powerful the sun is and how much it can help us in our everyday life. So, I have here a sundial. Have you ever heard that word, a sundial? You can take a paper plate, which is what we did here, just a regular paper plate, and put a little bit of a hole in it, and then you can put your pencil or another straight object right up through your paper plate. And then you can decorate it any way you would like. We decorated this with the hours. And if you put this out in the sun and you put the 12 facing north, so the 12 right here, you would find the direction and you would place that north. When you put this outside, you can tell what time it is by the shadow of the pencil on the dial. And that's the way ancient people used to tell time. I think it's a really fun activity and something that you could do very easily at home. And you can decorate this any way you would like to decorate it. But if you want it to tell the time, you'll need to put the numbers around it to help you. You know, the sun is kind of a big deal. And another thing that's kind of a big deal is reading. And reading to learn things, and reading because it can make you laugh, like this book will definitely make you laugh. I hope you're spending some time reading, and I hope you'll spend some time making your very own sundial. If you do, please take a picture of it and share it with us at connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. Well, the sun is setting on this edition of This Book is Cool. We'll see you again, perhaps the next time the sun rises in the east. See you again, my friends.